You don't have to be like anybody else. Just continue to be who you are. Be who I created you to be.
Life is like a basketball game. Sometimes you're up, other times you're down. Opponents and adversaries coming at you left and right. However, it's not the challenges you face that define you. What defines you is how you play the game. And I play to win. Welcome to my world, KARLTON'S World.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of KARLTON'S World. It's your boy, KARLTON. As always, I ask you please like this video, subscribe to the page. I would definitely appreciate it. Thank you so much again for watching and or listening. So I want to talk about, it has officially been a week since I stepped on the stage as the opening feature for the finale of Dope Spit. And when I tell you that was one of the most exhilarating moments that I have ever had as an artist. First of all, I want to thank my friend Sa Jules for allowing me to be the opening feature for the finale of Dope Spit. Sa has put in so many years and so much hard work and so much blood, sweat, and tears into Dope Spit, and she has opened the doors for so many people, so many poets, so many spoken word artists, providing a stage for people to perform their art. And I am just so grateful. I'm grateful to her, not just as an artist, but I'm grateful for her as a friend. I'm grateful to have her as a friend. And so this moment for me meant a lot. It was a lot for on so many levels. Dope Spit was actually the first place where I actually read one of my poems as far as an adult. I've read poems as a child and as a teen before, but as an artist, as an adult, as an official artist, calling myself an artist, Dope Spit was the actual first place I actually read one of my poems, and I thought it was only right that when I was presented this opportunity to be one of the features for the final show, I was like, of course, I would definitely want to do it, because it was something that I needed to do really for myself. Performing as myself, as KARLTON, is one of the most nerve-wracking things that I could ever do. When I was doing plays and I was doing theater, and the part where I have to come up and make remarks, or even just at events, like I have to talk or just speak before audience as me, it's so terrifying. That's one of the most terrifying things I'm ever asked to do. And people are like, "Well, you act in plays, you do plays." Being a character is something different, because I'm someone else. I'm not myself. I can embody this completely different person, and so I'm not in my own skin, if that makes any sense. If you're an actor, you get it. You'll understand that reference. But for me to actually come up and talk as me and be KARLTON, I feel like I'm rambling. Even when I'm doing the podcast, sometimes I feel like I'm rambling. I'm not making any sense. And so that's how it is as far as performing or reading my poetry. Because with my poetry, I'm truly my authentic self. Like I'm always authentic, but I'm truly like tearing off a lot of layers of myself. I'm truly giving you the most intimate sides of who I am with my poetry. So to perform or to read my poetry is very it's a pure moment, because again, I'm essentially giving you the innermost parts of who I am. So to be the feature, one of the features for Dope Spit, for the final Dope Spit, I have this poem that I actually wrote specifically for that event. It's called "This Stage Scares Me." I am so grateful for this opportunity right now. However, if I'm honest, this stage scares me.
So many greats have hit this spot, putting it all out there, spitting straight fire, leave this microphone piping hot. Don't want to start naming names because forgetting someone is not my intent, but just know that you all have truly left your imprint. Challenging our minds with your words while pulling the strings of the heart. So with being on this stage comes great expectations. I just hope that tonight I will do my part. So even though this stage scares me, it's time for me to throw the nervousness away and just let things be. So I have to remember that God has not given us the spirit of fear. And that's what has given me the strength tonight to stand before you right here.
And you know, when I'm actually gonna do a whole keeping up with Carl. So I'm gonna actually see the whole full thing of what I did. You'll get to see the whole performance if you couldn't make it. But so yeah, that was one of the pieces. And like I said, for me, so many great people have touched that mic. And the one thing that I wish I had the gift of being able to memorize my poetry. I know a lot of people was like, hey, well, you can memorize lines, you can be able to do that. And I mean, for some people, yes. For me, when it comes to memorizing lines, to me, it's like dialogue. Like I'm actually like, these characters are having conversations with one another, right? So with lines, it's easy for me to remember my lines because it's like, okay, I'm thinking of it as more as a conversation. So if the character, even if it's ad-libbing, I can still get us. It's easy for me to stay on the path because again, it's nothing but a conversation. I know that either I'm going to get us back on path, or my scene partner or scene partners will get us back on the right path if we happen to start ad-libbing or whatever. So doing lines again as a character is completely different for me than actually memorizing an entire poem. And I've tried, and it's just, I know that's not my gifting, that's not my calling, that's not my lane. So I don't consider myself a spoken word artist because I feel like spoken word artists, they have that ability to recall their poems, actually perform their poems by heart. So and again, I'm cool with that. I'm cool that I'm not able to do that. So I consider myself more of a poet. I feel like that's more of my lane. I more so write poetry, I read. So what I do is I consider it more of what I do is poetic readings. And that night doing Dope Spit was really the moment for me that solidified, Carlton, this is your lane. Like this is your lane, bro. Like I said, and shout out to Bailey, because Bailey actually gave me my first solo feature with his event that he does out of Aiken, Art of Words. So shout out to Bailey, Big Bailey. Thank you so much for the opportunity. So in doing that, and also again really doing Dope Spit, it really solidified where I am in the poetic world. And after I did the poem, This Stage Scares Me, I really actually shook off the nerves during my set. But I was really, I felt the nerves really shaking off for real. And I really was able to really be confident in what I do. I think what scared me before, even when I do the open mics, is I feel like I'm coming up there and I'm reading a poem. And there are people that come up there and they read poems from their phones, different things like that. And but they have this confidence that they just get up there and do what they do and keep it pushing. For me, I always felt like I wasn't good enough to be a feature because I don't memorize my poems. Like I read. I do poetic readings. So I always felt like I wasn't good enough or worthy enough to be a feature. So again, when this moment was presented to me, I was like, okay, Carlton, you gotta what do you gotta just do be you, do what you're gonna do. And so again, when I got up there and after I did this stage scares me, and I really was just like, okay, Carlton, this is your moment to just be who you are. And I felt the energy in the room, and I felt so much more confident in being who I am and just taking people on a journey. And that's what I do. I'm a writer. I take people on journey. That's what I do with my that's what I did with my plays. That's what I do with my series, my shows. That's what I do with my films. That's what I do with my books, comics. You get the point. So do the same thing with your poetry sets. Take people on a journey. So that's what I have to tell myself. And this is for me. I'm talking about for me. This is what I have to tell myself. Take people on a poetic journey. So that's what I did. It was like, okay, I'm taking you on this ride of who I am. I started off with my play on my poem On This Day, talking about my leukemia diagnosis. And then again, I did This Stage Scares Me. And then I did Black in America. And then I take you on this love journey. And then I take you on this heartbreak journey. But then I always end it back on love. And I always end it back on the one who shows us true love, which is our Heavenly Father, which is God. So yeah, that I all of this, I just like, okay, again, I've discovered all of this. Really, I got the confidence to really be in this, being on that stage, and really being on that stage at Dope Spit that night. I'm so grateful to God for that moment, because again, that really helped solidify, okay, Carlton, this is your lane. This is what you do. You don't have to be like anybody else. Just continue to be who you are. Be who I created you to be. So yeah, that was freeing for me. That moment, that night was freeing for me. And it gave me the confidence to say, hey, Carlton, this is what you do. Do what you do. Keep it pushing and do what you do. So yeah, so I am, so whenever if I do get asked to, feature again at different events, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get a journey of poetic readings from Casey the Poet, Carlton Clay, whatever you want to call me. But yeah, man, like I said again, I'm so grateful for that night. Grateful for the opportunity. I'm grateful again. I'm grateful for Saw and Big Bailey. I did 2 features this year, and I didn't even, that wasn't even on my bingo card for 2024 to be a feature, at these poetry shows, the poetry open mics. So I'm so grateful. Thank you so much again. I'm grateful for everybody that came out and was very receptive to what I had to say. Thank you for receiving it. Thank you for listening with your ears, most importantly, receiving it in your hearts. I'm so grateful and thankful for that. So yeah, we'll see what happens. In the meantime, I have poetry books. Please go check them out. Please purchase them if you can. No pressure. But check them out. They're all 3 of them are available on Amazon. Ebbs and Flows, Raw and Uncut, and the newest one, the latest one, I Am Me. Also, there are EP versions of each poetry book. There are EP versions. All of those are on Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, wherever you get your music, they're there. So definitely check it out. The books are under Carlton T. Clay. The music is under KC the Poet. So there you go. Okay. All right. So that's it. Thank y'all again. I just want to just talk about that, because again, it's been a week since Dope Spit, and like I said, I wanted to just express my gratitude for that moment. So there you have it. All right, everybody. Thank y'all so much again for listening and watching. And again, if you can, please, if you're on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button. I would definitely appreciate it. All right, y'all have a blessed one. And until the next time, thank you for being a part of my world. Peace.
Wait and see. Wait and see. Tired of talking, just let me be. I want it to be over, please let it be over. Just let it be over, so I guess now it's over. 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 Oh yeah, it's definitely over.